Here at gym number 2, the RGV Highway 83 Volleyball Leagues of summer volleyball wrapping up as we get down to the final couple of days. Here on this one, we feature the Brownsville RIvera Lady Raiders. As you see them on the screen, they'll be taking on fellow District 32 6A Harlingen South Lady Hawks in a marquee matchup here at this league, as these two teams have been rolling over their opponents, with the exception of when they played one another. When Harlingen South and RIvera split into 2 games played, Harlingen South won that on a points total, handing RIvera their only loss in this league coming into this matchup. Lady Hawks in the orange uniforms, Lady Raiders in the black uniforms, and the first serve coming up right after this.
Our professional advisors at Employee Retirement Services have been providing financial and retirement planning for many years for employees of different employment.
If you've spent your career in education and are ready for the next chapter, let the professionals at Employment Retirement Services help. You've worked hard, and now it's time to relax and enjoy with peace of mind and security.
Help fulfill your retirement needs. Come experience the difference with us.
And let's plan your retirement together.
Call us at 956-440-8774 to schedule your appointment today.
Back here on Rio Sports Live as the Lady Raiders are set to serve this up. 2 games to 25. It's a race to 25 in both games. There is no limit on this as far as extending beyond 25, so that's your cap. And no best of 3 as it's just 2 games played. Serving for RIvera will be Christina Garza. We had the Raiders earlier in action tonight. They waltzed through 2 games against PSJA North. Meanwhile, Harlingen South victorious in their 2 games over Wesco. Lady Hawks on the attack. Diving play on the back row made by Rochelle Guerra. She had a big game against PSJA North as a libero. Another hit coming at you. Blocked at the front line by the Lady Raiders. Third hit is over. Back on the Harlingen South side. Jump set center. Spike to the back row. Played again by Guerra. Kept alive. RIvera will get it over. Lady Hawks on the attack again. A set in the center by Maya Aguirre. Gets it over. Down. Kill. Point. 1-0 Harlingen South. It took 4 different approaches for the Lady Hawks, but they finally found the hole in the defense. Lady Hawks just serve it up. Up 1-0 early on in this game. And the serve across is a deep serve. Played on the back row by RIvera. They'll set up the big hit, but before that, a ball rolls into play. And so they'll whistle that one dead. Lady Hawks will now serve. Ball in play. Played off the back row. Alonda Guzman with a pass. Sets it up at the net. Spiked over. Lady Hawks on the attack. That's going to be in the net, called against RIvera. And that gives Harlingen South the early 2-0 lead. 2-0 game. Serve across. Back row right there to play that for RIvera. Second hit up near the net. Ibarra tries to put that over. That's going to be in the net, called against Harlingen South, and a point for Brownsville RIvera. Lady Raiders rotate back to the service line with Laisha Izaguirre. Izaguirre puts it into play. Deep serve back corner, and that is out. And a point to the Lady Hawks of Harlingen South. Back at the service line, Odi Vidana. Vidana ready to serve. Puts that over. Played by Guerra with a pass forward on the right side. Third hit is over. Lady Hawks on the attack. Quick set by Aguirre. Quick hit. Down point on a kill that time by Mariana Garcia. Hawks out to an early 4-1 lead. We've seen this team, when they get on a roll, they can score points in bunches. Serve down the line, played forward, ball at the net, in the net it goes. Point Harlingen South, and they're up early 5-1. RIvera will have to try to stop this run right here. Another strong serve over, played on the middle on the back row. Ball up at the net, that's spiked across. Lady Hawks right there to play that. Good play by the back row, sets up the kill. Cross court angle, played by RIvera on the net. Down the line, played by the Lady Hawks to the back row. Keep that ball alive. Rally continues, pass by Guerra. High set, right side Ibarra, punches it past the blocker. Diving play made over there by Harlingen South as Aliyah Guevara into play. Makes it a nice save. Another spike, this one's down, point in the net called RIvera, and South earns the point. Lady Hawks of Harlingen South ready to serve it up. Up 6-1. Guerra with a nice pass forward. High set in the middle for Ibarra, tipped over the block. Lady Hawks are there to cover that on the back row. Set it off the net, spiked over. Guerra again with a nice pass on the back row, playing for RIvera. South with the approach and the kill. Thunderous smash down for Michaela Morales, and it's a 7-1 game. Harlingen South on top, timeout called. We'll be back right after this.
Needing a treat before or after the big game? Then, when in Harlingen, stop in at the Scoop Ice Cream Parlor and Deli and treat yourself to some amazing things. Ice creams, shakes, sundaes, banana splits, and that's just a sample. If you can dream it, they can make it at the Scoop in Harlingen. From the deli comes a variety of sandwiches that is sure to bring you back for more. Hamburgers and hot dogs served every day. Open Tuesday through Saturday, 11 to 7, Sundays from 12 to 6 on F Street in Harlingen. It's the Scoop Ice Cream Parlor and Deli.
Back here at the RGV Highway 83 Volleyball Leagues, as the Harlingen South Lady Hawks have opened up an early lead here in this game. Timeout was called by Brownsville RIvera, but a 7-1 lead here in the game. And during the timeout, there's some discussion over on the scorers table. I think they're first and foremost looking at the rotation for Brownsville RIvera. But this is giving the Lady Raiders a good chance to regroup here and try to get on track against Harlingen South, which has just dominated thus far in this game. Still waiting for some clarification back there on the scorers table. Again, they're still having a lengthy discussion over there at the scorers table. Not sure as to why. I think they're just looking for someone to take the spot of the official scorer at the table. As they're doing that, we want to remind you that tomorrow night we'll be back here at Donna covering this court on the final night of the regular portion of the RGV Highway 83 League. Their championship is set for Monday, as this will rotate into a bracket play situation on Monday, culminating with the final championship game. And we'll be here for the broadcast of all of the bracket games played on the main court. Meanwhile, tomorrow night we'll send another crew in the direction of Edinburgh to cover the Venom in their tournament, which is gearing up for their final games, which will be in a tournament format, championship games on Tuesday. So volleyball coverage of this summer play concludes on Monday and Tuesday, both here in Donna and in Edinburgh. But before that, games tomorrow to establish who plays on those final nights and against who. Back to action. Harlingen South serves it across. Big swing by Ibarra, but they'll call an infraction against RIvera. 2 hits called, and a point to Harlingen South awarded gives them an 8-1 lead. Ibarra with a big approach. Easily had that point put away, but 2 hits called. Served by the Lady Hawks. Knuckleballs back to the back row, played forward. Kill attempt by Clarissa Olivares. Puts it over. Lady Hawks on the attack. Good set. Right there's Gara to dig that. Ball over. There's a kill by Ibarra and a point for RIvera, and it's 8-2. Ibarra with the kill. Clarissa Olivares back to serve for Brownsville RIvera with a mini jump serve. Gets that over. Jump set in the middle. That's spiked into the net. And a point to Brownsville RIvera. Momentum now is something that switches gears so fast in volleyball. And right now, see if RIvera can seize the opportunity. High set for Morales. Tips it past the block. Ibarra's there to cover that. Second hit over. Nice attempt that time by Alondra Guzman for Brownsville RIvera. Here's a set for Ibarra. Right down the line. That's in point. And RIvera now on a bit of a roll. Makes it an 8-4 game. Olivares to serve again. Clarissa ready to go. Serves it away. Short serve played by the Lady Hawks. Ball off the net, set up, and that's in the net. And another point for RIvera. And now the Lady Raiders right back in this ball game. Olivares to serve again. Gets that over down the line on the right side, played by Harlingen. They'll set it up, punched over. RIvera there, trying to set up Ibarra. Tips it past the block, covered nicely by Harlingen South. Cross the net set, spike in the net though. Point RIvera, and it's an 8-6 game. So after jumping out to the 8-1 lead, Lady Hawks have given up 5 in a row. Deep serve this time. That's near an ace. It is. Rack it up for an ace for RIvera. It's a 1-point game. Great rotation back through the service line for Clarissa Olivares. Serving now for the tie. Gets that across. Good pass this time by the Lady Hawks. Second hit over and nicely played. Point Harlingen South. Second hit opportunity that was just too wide an opening. Right smack in the middle of the defense of the RIvera Lady Raiders. Lady Hawks to serve it over. From the back row, Guerra with a pass. Sets up the hit and miss hit on Guzman. A point Harlingen South. Lady Hawks to serve again. Good serve again on the back row played by RIvera. Ball at the net punched over. Lady Hawks back there. Good pass forward by Corinne Reniger, who's back there. The senior playing that back row is a libera. Ibarra tips it over. Played by Harlingen South. Chance now for the Lady Raiders to go on the attack. High set for Ibarra. Off the net this time. Looking for the back corner and a point for RIvera. 10-8. They continually fed Kenya Ibarra on that left side. And now as Ibarra rotates back to the service line, you wonder who will take over hitting up front for Brownsville RIvera. Good serve to the back row played by Harlingen South. Back row kill attempt by Morales. That's in the net. 10-9 ball game. Again, RIvera with a chance to tie it up here in game 1. Ibarra puts it into play. Wicked serve this time. Diving play on the back row by the Lady Hawks. Keeps it alive. Ball on the RIvera side. Garrow with a pass. High set at the net. Spiked across. And point RIvera. They tie it up on a kill by Christina Garza. Knotted up at 10. Ibarra now serving for the lead for RIvera. Gets that over. Better pass this time by the Lady Hawks, but the third hit is over. Plenty of opportunity again for RIvera. This is for the lead off the net, played by Harlingen South. Lady Hawks on the attack. Will get it over. Again, another chance for RIvera. Good pass from the center to the right side. The kill down the line. Played nicely. That's Garza. They're setting up on that left side. Ball in the net and a point to RIvera. And they take the lead at 11-10. Ibarra back at the service line. So after Olivares had a great rotation, Ibarra now matching that with multiple points from the serve. Second hit over, another nice play by Amaya Aguirre. And Harlingen South scores the point. Substitution in the game, back at the service line goes Alexa Nzinia. Nzinia ready to serve for the Lady Hawks. Deep serve. Played by Guerra, good pass, sets up the hit by Garza, over, played by Harlingen South. Ball up near the net, challenge there, won by Rivera. Ball still alive on the rally. One-handed over, right back middle, and an opening there, and a point for Harlingen South. 12-11, Lady Hawks on top, and Xenia to serve again. Serves it deep, played by the Rivera Lady Raiders to the center of the net. Spiked across, played by Harlingen South. Lady Hawks with a back set, right-hand swing, that goes out of bounds from that left side. Too much pace on that, and we're tied back at a dozen apiece. Rotating back to serve is Richelle Guerra. Guerra has to wait for a fan to walk past. Again, there's no room to serve back here on these short courts as they split the main court in half. Lady Hawks on the attack. That's off the block and a kill as Aguirre puts it away. Maya Aguirre with the kill. Back for the Lady Hawks to serve is Corinne Reniger. Reniger, a senior coming up this season. Deep serve, Guerra plays that. No one there on the second hit. Easy point for Harlingen South. Miscommunication at the net that time. The setter was Aaliyah Guevara. For some reason, she stepped towards Guerra on that pass, left that opening behind her. Another serve across, played by Reniger. Guerra on the return of serve. This time a better pass, sets up the back row attempt, but that's in the net. On the swing by Kenya Ibarra. Lady Hawks back up 3. Their biggest lead was 7 as Reniger ready to serve again. Ibarra this time with a pass. Right on the money with the pass. Sets up this hit. Down it goes. A kill for Laisha Izaguirre for Brownsville RIvera. Lady Raiders back at the service line. Alondra Guzman to put it into play. Deep serve, back left side. They'll blow the play dead as the ball rolls in from the other court. And so we'll reset things here. And another chance for Rivera to serve. Serve across the net, played by Harlingen South. High set middle, tipped over, played by the Rivera Raiders. To the back row, Guerra puts it over. Lady Hawks on the return, setting it up this time in Xenia. But that's going to be 2 hits called. And a point for Rivera. They're back to within 1. Next serve across. Good pass on the back row for the Lady Hawks, but 2 hits again, and we're all tied at 15 apiece. You can't say enough about the serving for the Lady Raiders thus far in this game 1. Anyone that's rotated back there has produced off the serve, and there's an ace as the roll for Guzman just clears the net. Rivera up 16-15. The Lady Hawks call a timeout. Remember, they led by 7 at one time. Back after this.
Hola, les habla su amigo Benjamín Gómez, el alcalde de San Benito, invitando a toda la gente que venga a visitarnos aquí a San Benito. Crucen por el puente Los Indios, más bien conocido como el puente de Lucio Blanco. Visítenos a las atracciones que tenemos aquí en San Benito. Aquí los esperamos. Muchas gracias. Su amigo Benjamín Gómez.
We are this close.
We're this close.
We are this close. Of wanting to
Making history. This close to changing the world.
We are this close.
This close. This close to making sure no child suffers a crippling disease
Ever again.
this close.
We are this close to ending polio.
Ending polio. All we need is you.
This close.
If we don't act now, we may lose this chance forever. Help Rotary make history at endpolionow.org.
Back to play. Lady Hawks of Harlingen South, as they're calling a timeout. Watch as Their Lady Raiders attack. That's a diving play, nothing doing. Another point for the RIvera Raiders. All right, we got the roster set as well during that break. Evelyn Yanez is the libero back for Harlingen South. Middle back row, they'll serve towards her, but it's played forward by the other player on the back row. Leads to the kill attempt. Ball up near the net. Played over. Back on the RIvera side, they'll attack it. Off the net this time. Yanez back to play that. Nice play to keep it alive. Lady Hawks can't get it over the net. Another point for RIvera. They're up 3. Biggest lead for the Lady Raiders here in this game. And Guzman will serve again. Olivares had a great run as a server. Ibarra, the same thing. Guzman now producing. Ball rolls in from the other court. They'll blow that dead again. We were decoyed by a roster given to us that had Corinne Reniger as number 4, but she's wearing the orange number 4. Yanez, as a libero, sets up for Harlingen South in the back row. Good pass forward for the Lady Hawks. A high set by Enzina. Yanez gets that over. Ibarra there for RIvera. Set it up for Garza. Block back at you. Point, Harlingen South on the block. 18-16 your score. Back to serve is Zoe Garcia for Harlingen South. Meanwhile, substitution in the game for Brownsville RIvera as Ashlyn Tapia checks in on the back row. Right side, serve right down the middle. Guerra there with a pass forward center. Back set to Garza. Hits that over and a point for RIvera. They're up 19-16. RIvera rotates a new server back to the line. Darlene Longoria, right-handed server, puts that into play. Lady Hawks with a good pass in the direction of Enzina. Hit over by Guevara, and now RIvera goes on the attack, setting up Ibarra back on the front row, block back at you. Ball still alive, Guerra puts that over. Yanez right there for Harlingen South. Middle of the court, played over by RIvera. Set up Ibarra again, past the block, punch in the air, back over on the RIvera side as Harlingen scrambled. Here comes another attempt. Ibarra with a hit, but 2 hits called on RIvera. Point to Harlingen South. It's 19-17. And throughout the night, we've seen that consistent call of 2 hits, primarily on the second hit, which is the set. Here's a set for Ibarra. Yanez back there to dig that. Back to the front row also for Harlingen South as Morellis. Her kill is covered. Set her up again, this time with a left hand challenge at the net. Ball goes over, but it's touched last by RIvera, out of bounds. Point Lady Hawks. 19-18 as Izagiri just missed on that hit. High set for Ibarra, this time tips it middle. Punched up, but 2 hits called again on RIvera. And we are tied at 19 apiece. Maya Aguirre back at the service line. Gets it across. Played by RIvera, set up Ibarra off the net this time. A little more room, a little space, puts it away. 20-19 RIvera leads. The race to 20 indicates a lot of times who wins the game, not all the time. But certainly momentum on RIvera's side as Izagiri back to serve it over. Swing by Ibarra, puts it away. Huge kill that time on the return of serve that came too far across the net. Ibarra didn't waste a chance. Izagiri to serve again. Lets that fall. She can reset it. This is a deep serve, back right corner. Played by Harlingen South, set it up Morales. Dug out that time by Tapia. Morales punches that in the air, keeps it alive. Ball on the RIvera side. Pass forward by Izagiri. High set Ibarra, left side, cross the angle. Played by Harlingen South. Back set, big swing again. Ibarra blocks it back for another point. Once she rotated forward, Kenya Ibarra dominating right now. Her team up 3 at 22-19. Izagiri to serve again. Middle, played by Yanez. That's too far. Over on the RIvera side. Set up Ibarra again. Past the block and another point. Change of pace for Ibarra. Point and a timeout. Harlingen South down by 4. RIvera trying to win game 1. Back after this.
A Piece of Cake by Ibarra's in Harlingen is a sweet stop for cakes, cookies, and pastries. The best in town for specialty cakes made to order. Sweetbread, cookies, pies, or how about cupcakes? At A Piece of Cake by Ibarra's, try a Texas-style cinnamon roll, or how about some tamales? Wedding cakes, graduations, you dream it and they can make it. The best in town is A Piece of Cake by Ibarra's in Harlingen.
I want to thank Ibarra's of Bakery being one of our sponsors, assisting us with some special events. Great place there in Harlingen. If you're ever in need of baking services, she can take care of your needs. After the timeout, Lady Hawks of Harlingen South trying to regroup. This is the point where you draw a line in the sand. If you're Harlingen South, you don't want to give up any more. Hard to do with Ibarra at the front line as she puts another one away. And since rotating forward, this has been all Kenya Ibarra for Brownsville RIvera. Now serving for the win, Laisha Izagiri. Gets it across. Yanez, perfect pass this time. Second hit over, this time covered by RIvera. Scrambling, they'll get it over, but 2 hits called, and the Lady Hawks stave off a game point and get it, making it 24-20. Now they'll reset it. Meaning that Izagiri will be serving yet again to try to win this game for Brownsville RIvera. Izagiri puts it into play. Good pass by Morales. They'll set her up. Short hit played by Ibarra. 2 players converge for that hit. It come over on the Harlingen side. Morales tips it over. Ibarra covers that. Second hit over on the Harlingen South side. Morales again. Trying to get that big hit, nothing doing yet. Lady Hawks set it to the back row. Yanez puts that over. RIvera, this could be for the win. Cross set Ibarra, tips it off the block. Point RIvera, and why not Ibarra finish off the game with the kill. 25-19, game 2 coming up after this.
The Harlingen CISD elementary experience looks something like this. Let's see that again. To learn more about the HCISD elementary experience, visit hcisd.org.
Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles, located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, is filled with vintage items, collectibles, and a selection of vinyl records that's as good as it gets. Every shelf, every aisle, and table is filled daily by a number of vendors that ensures that something here just might be the item you have to have. The vinyl record area helps bring an added atmosphere that makes for a fun trip when stepping back in time with the memories. Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles in San Benito. Fishing fans, here's your chance to catch some fish and help out athletes at the same time. Mark the calendar now and plan on attending October 20th as the 3-Up, 3-Down San Perlita Booster Club Fishing Tournament looks to be the biggest and best yet. Located at Laguna Madre Baits in Port Mansfield, Texas, this tournament is set to provide 100% of the proceeds directly to the athletic programs. Artificial lures only with a blackjack format, no fish over 21 inches, $150 per team or boat, maximum 4 people, and the grand champion is a team closest to 63 inches with 1 red trout and 1 flounder. Food raffles, baked goods, a silent auction, and terrific prizes from some great sponsors. Registration is October 19th. The tournament is October 20th. See you there at the 3-Up, 3-Down Fishing Tournament in Port Mansfield, where catching fish is helping athletes in a big, big way.
That fishing tournament, just part of the advertising packages that are helping us out here, is here on Rio Sports Live. We'll take a quick break right back after this. TVNS specializes in provider services, respite care, and emergency response services. TVNS are pioneers in the home care industry, in service for over 37 years. 11 locations from Brownsville to Corpus Christi, from Harlingen to Laredo.
Today's game is sponsored by TVNS, the pioneers in serving our community with the highest quality in provider services.
Back here on Rio Sports Live as we get set for game 2 between Harlingen South and Brownsville RIvera. RIvera won game 1. Lady Hawks of Harlingen South serve it up to start game 2. RIvera goes right on the attack. Played by the Lady Hawks. Ball on the RIvera side. Set it up a right side. This time the kill attempt covered by Yanez on the back row for Harlingen South. Another chance though for RIvera to score the first point of this game. Set it up off the block, punched in the air, and a point for RIvera. And this is all being done without Kenya Ibarra on the front row. All of that play. Now she rotates forward as the first server of the game. Darlene Longoria serves it up for RIvera. Yanez on the return of serve. Will have to hit it over on the third hit. Ibarra with the pass. Now they'll set her up. Big swing on the game, and that's out of bounds. Heads up play by a fan walking by that time to prevent that ball from doing some damage. Lady Hawks back to serve. Odi Vidana will serve it up. Gets that over, and an ace served up for Harlingen South. Lady Hawks go up 2-1. In game 1, they led 8-1 out of the gate. Couldn't put RIvera away. But now leading and serving. Vidana puts it across. Played at the net, second hit over. Lady Hawks looking to set up the attack, set up Morales. Off the block, point Harlingen South. Morales with the kill. Vidana back to serve again. Puts that into play. RIvera with a high pass off the net. Ball up for Ibarra. There's a huge swing and a kill. 3-2 your score. Ibarra putting together her own highlight reel here in this game, or this set between Harlingen South and Brownsville RIvera. Laisha Izagiri back to serve. That's too strong, and out of bounds it goes. Lady Hawks maintain the lead. It's back to 2 at 4-2. Serving now, Aliyah Guevara, the senior, puts it into play with a deep serve. RIvera on the center set this time. Ibarra tips that past the block. Ball still alive. RIvera at the net again for Ibarra. Lady Hawks on the attack. Set up Morales. Puts it across. Played up in the air near the rafters. Set up Ibarra quickly. Block back at you. Nice play at the net that time by Reniger. And then a point, though, for RIvera as they just keep coming. Now they'll give that point to South. Lady Hawks up 5-2. Reniger that time at the front row with that block. Instrumental in that point for the Lady Hawks. Guevara serves it off the net. That is still alive. Now a point on the ace. Looked like RIvera might keep it in play. Nothing doing. Guevara to serve again. Gets that across. Good pass. This will set up the hit for Ibarra in the center. Off the block of Reniger. That's out of bounds. Point for Brownsville RIvera. Double block that time as Reniger had some help. But Ibarra able to use the deflection for the point. Pass this time on the back row. That's Zamorano for Harlingen South. Set it up again. Ibarra at the net. Challenge there. Ball on the Harlingen South side. One-handed over by Aguirre. Played from the back row forward. Setting up Ibarra again. That's too strong and out of bounds it goes. Lady Hawks with the lead after losing the first one 25-19. Kylie Fonseca with this serve. And that's an ace. Lady Hawks up 8-3. 5-point lead. Timeout RIvera. We've seen this show before. See if things change here in game 2.
Our professional advisors at Employee Retirement Service have been providing financial and retirement planning for many years for employees of different employment.
If you've spent your career in education and are ready for the next chapter, let the professionals at Employment Retirement Services help. You've worked hard, and now it's time to relax and enjoy with peace of mind and security.
Help fulfill your retirement needs. Come experience the difference with us.
And let's plan your retirement together.
Call us at 956-440-8774 to schedule your appointment today.
Back here on Rio Sports Live as we resume play. Brownsville RIvera sets up Ibarra. That hits too strong and wide. And so Harlingen South maintains the momentum, builds on the lead, which is now 6 at 9-3 here in game 2. Kylie Fonseca to serve again. Played over, that might have been on its way out. Set up Ibarra past the block. Yanez there to keep that alive. Ball at the net, another big swing. That's off the net. Point, Harlingen South. And I think they'll reset this. They called 4 hits. That was the initial call by the official. But in reality, that was a hit into the net on the first return. And that's now been corrected. So a reset. Score goes back to 9-3. Lady Hawks to serve it up. High arcing serve this time. High set right side. Reniger there to block that. Ball on the south side as it does get through. They'll put it back on the RIvera side to go quickly on the attack. Back set. Swing across, and a kill for Brownsville RIvera's Alondra Guzman. Guzman on the finish. Lady Raiders back to serve. Kenya Ibarra off the front line, rotates back to serve. Puts that into play. Return by Zamorano, that's too strong off the net. Lady Hawks do manage to keep that alive and get it over on the RIvera side. Lady Raiders on the attack. Ball off the net again. Lady Hawks there to play that. Back set this time. Over on the RIvera side. RIvera center set now to the left side. Played over. Lady Hawks on the long rally trying to challenge for this point. Punched over the block. Covered by the Lady Raiders. From the back row. Back row attempt. Ibarra. Yanez there to dig that. The rally continues even further. Back on the Raiders side. Brownsville RIvera setting it up. Left side, big swing. Back row there to cover it again for the Lady Hawks. Set it off the net. Played on the back row this time by the Raiders. Raiders go on the attack again. Reniger blocks it back on the Raiders side. Raiders still trying to get it over. Hawks go on the attack. Second hit, scrambling, keep it alive. Back on the Raiders side. Raiders with a high set. Left side again. Reniger partial block. Point Raiders, and that's a well-earned point. Long rally between the two teams. And off the serve of Kenya Ibarra. Brownsville RIvera will serve again. Ibarra puts it into play. Yanez there with a return. Sets up the hit by Aguirre. Over on the Raiders side, they'll cover that. Back row attempt, back corner, point RIvera. Ibarra from the back row that time. Well-placed hit. And she continues to serve. 3-point game. Lady Hawks of Harlingen South with the lead. Good pass by the Lady Hawks this time. Sets up this hit. And down it goes, point Harlingen South. They get Ibarra off the service line and regain a 4-point lead. Back to serve is Yanez. Evelyn Yanez ready to serve, waits for a fan to walk by. And now puts it into play. RIvera, bad pass that time, but they do keep it alive, get it over, nearly score the point. Aguirre there, or Yanez there to save that. Ball back over on the RIvera side. High set, and a big kill attempt. Nice dig on the back row by Fonseca. Point though for RIvera. second hit, unable to get in position for a scoring chance for Harlingen South. Rotating back to serve is Rochelle Guerra. Guerra. Short serve across, and that is nearly an ace. No, it is. It's an ace. Lady Hawks thought they pancaked that off the floor. Nothing doing, said the lead official. Serve across for the Lady Raiders. Lady Hawks on the attack from the middle of the floor, put it over. Good chance here for RIvera. Reniger there, or check that at the line this time is Vidana. Vidana with the block. Hit across by the Lady Hawks, played by the Raiders, punched over. Lady Hawks looking to set it up. Right side of Geary, tips it over, played by the Raider defense at the center of the net. Ball still alive. They'll call a lift, and a point awarded to RIvera. Guerra back to serve again. Yanez passes it forward. High set center. Aguirre puts it over. Back row there to cover that for this big hit by Ibarra, and that's down and in on the back row. All tied at 10 apiece. The good news for Harlingen South, Kenya Ibarra's on the back row. The bad news, they're now setting her back row, and she's providing dividends on the investment. A lift is called against Harlingen South, and RIvera now takes the lead. 11-10 the score as Guerra ready to serve again. Short serve in the net it goes. Service error, a rare service error for either of these teams. Leads to a point for Harlingen South. Lady Hawks substitute in as Aaliyah Guevara checks in the game to be on the front row. Meanwhile, at the service line is Zoe Garcia. Lady Raiders set it up at the net. Big swing, ball over, and a kill is good for Laisha Izagari. Lady Raiders back to serve. Alondra Guzman puts that into play. Lady Hawks, trouble on the second hit, will get it over. Looking for the back corner. Lady Raiders there to play that. Again, they'll set it up left side, blocked by the Lady Hawks. They'll go on offense. Aguirre with a swing, looking for the back row, and it is just out. Point RIvera. They lead now by 2. Serve across, played by the Lady Hawks. High set center. Ball over on the RIvera side. Too strong on the set. Easy kill for Harlingen South as Vidana puts it away. 1 point game. Maya Aguirre back to serve. Aguirre ready to go. Diving play by Garrett, punches that ball over on the Harlingen side. Morellis now back in the game, set her up. Off the block, point, Harlingen South ties it up. Morellis had checked in, and immediately they go to her on that left side. Aguirre to serve again, looking to take the lead for the Lady Hawks. Another terrific serve, played by the Lady Raiders. Can't make the play to get it over, though, and the Lady Hawks take the lead. Timeout called by Brownsville. RIvera, momentum, swings again. Back after this.
We are this close.
We're this close.
We are this close of unwanting tea.
To making history.
This close to changing the world.
We are this close.
This close. This close to making sure no child suffers a crippling disease
Ever again. This close.
We are this close to ending polio.
To ending polio.
All we need is you.
This close.
If we donate now, we may lose this chance forever. Help Rotary make history at endpolionow.org.
Back here on Rio Sports Live. Maya Aguirre back to serve for Harlingen South after a timeout was called by Brownsville RIvera. Lady Hawks up by 1, they'll serve. Deep serve played by the RIvera Raiders. From the back row, now the third hit across. Lady Hawks of Harlingen South looking for Morellis to provide again, and she does. Kill for Morellis. 2 point lead, Harlingen South. Aguirre to serve again. Gets that serve across. Played up high this time on a back set for RIvera. That's off the net. Diving play. They will call that a block. So Harlingen South will go on the attack and quickly try to put it away, and they'll do it. Vidana with the kill. 3-point lead, Lady Hawks of Harlingen South. Aguirre. Good rotation through the service line. She's provided plenty of points, keeping this Lady Raider team off balance. There's at the net a challenge. Morales now goes to put it away, and she does. Morales blocked the first one coming across. When it came back over, immediately went on the ultra attack mode for the kill. 4-point lead, Lady Hawks. Serve across, played by RIvera to the middle. That's punched over, but out of bounds. Too wide on the approach. 5-point lead. Aguirre back to serve again for Harlingen South. After a pause, Aguirre now ready. Raiders with a back set. That's on the angle again. Too wide. Another point. Morales and Vidana there as a double block, leading to these hits going wide. Hitters electing to try to go angle against the block. Aguirre serve again. Back row this time with a better pass. Something better to handle. Back row attempt. Guerra puts it over. Yana's there. Here's Morales. Nice play on the back row by Ibarra. Punched over. Lady Hawks on the attack again. Back set this time. They'll call 2 hits and a point for RIvera. So the Lady Raiders are able to get Maya Aguirre off the service line. Now Darlene Longoria back to serve for Brownsville RIvera, and also Kenya Ibarra has rotated back to the front row. Lady Hawks will get it over. Lady Raiders looking for Ibarra, and she puts it over, but right there's Giannis. They'll set up Giannis in the middle, puts it over. Guerra with a pass. High set by Olivares. Ibarra tips it past the blocker. Lady Hawks go on the attack. Raiders now right back with another chance for Ibarra. Big swing, punched up in the air. Nicely done by Aguirre. Ball back over on the Raiders side. They'll set it up again. Olivares, Ibarra, block back at you. Point Harlingen South. Vidana right there. Lady Hawks win the race to 20. Going to 25 here in this no-cap game. Got to get to 25 first for the win. More importantly, for the Lady Hawks, if they can prevent the Raiders from scoring 19 and get the win, then they win the match head-to-head. Raiders on the attack, set up Ibarra. Renninger right there to challenge that. Ball at the net. Renninger puts it over. Point Harlingen South. She first challenged the hit attempt by Ibarra, and then with the ball on her side of the net, punched it softly over with nice touch. Back to serve Vidana. Ode Vidana puts it across. Lady Raiders of Brownsville RIvera setting up Ibarra. Past the block. Nice touch that time for the point for the Lady Raiders. That time, Ibarra spotted that there was a single blocker in front of her and a wide open middle for the point. Lady Raiders to serve it up. Deep serve. Yana's right there with the pass. Set up this right side hit. Back row plays it for the Lady Raiders. Set up a back row attempt. That's too strong and out of bounds. Back row kill attempt that time for the Lady Raiders goes awry. Back to serve, Aaliyah Guevara. Gets that across to the middle. Played by the Lady Raiders. Punched over by Guerra. Nicely played by the back row of the Lady Hawks. Morales tries to put it away. Guerra there to dig that. Set up Ibarra, two-hands it over. Pass forward by Garcia. Ball on the Raiders side. At the net, two-handed over. They'll call 2 hits. Point Harlingen South. Lady Hawks now trying to put this away. Important part here for Aaliyah Guevara. Guevara gets it into the net, service error. (25-16) 23-16 your score. Lady Raiders will need about 6 points in a row to realistically get back in this ball game. That helps. That's an ace. Look out, Billy Watson on the camera. 23-17 as Clarissa Olivares serves up the ace. And you got to get to 23-22 if you're RIvera. Thinking on a comeback trail. Morales tries to put it over. Does. Raiders able to cover that. Get it back over. Lady Hawks on the attack. Set it up. Morales again off the block. Point Harlingen South. Morales, another thunderous kill. Now a chance for Harlingen South to win this and take the match with the point total. Serving for now the win, Fonseca. Short serve. Raiders. Back set, Ibarra. Double block there. Gets it past that. Yanez with a pass. Off the net, ball over. And a point for Harlingen South. It falls through. And the Lady Hawks win game 2 and win the match. 25-17 the score. And that will do it. Harlingen South wins the head-to-head competition. District 32 6A is going to be a lot of fun covering these two teams when they match up. They may match up before this tournament is done as we look towards the championship night on Monday. They played a good one here. Hope you enjoyed the broadcast. For Billy Watson running the camera, for the advertisers that are assisting us in broadcasting our games, the RGV Highway 83 Volleyball League. Our coverage continues tomorrow. Invite you to join us. Until then, good night.